Hey you guys, so it's been a while over here and I'm really excited to start this live series for you guys. This, not that, just all different things, not just food, but beauty products, health, other health products, skincare products, toothpaste, all sorts of good stuff. And I just wanted to do this because I get questions all the time for healthy swaps. So I thought this would be really cool to not only have an open forum where you can come and ask questions, but for me to be able to explain what you should swap to, or my recommendation, and why I feel like it's so important for you to do so. Just because being a mom now, I feel like it's just really important to spread the love and help other moms make better healthy choices for not only themselves but for their family. So today I wanted to start with peanut butter because I feel like so many people have this crazy obsession and love for peanut butter, especially people with kids. Hey Nicole, I'm glad you're here. And for me personally, if you know me and have followed me for a while, I don't personally eat peanut butter, but Michaela loves peanut butter, and so I wanted to find a better alternative for her, and just the fact that I give it to her every single day. Hey Ashley, I wanted to make sure that I'm giving her the best choice that I feel like I can give her. So you know the slogan, choosy moms choose Jif, and Jif and Skippy and Peter Pan and all those popular brands, maybe that they are a little bit cheaper than some of the more pure brands. I really suggest you avoid them like the plague because they contain a lot of preservatives. They contain palm oil, which is really the number one thing I wanted to talk about. So the why is because palm oil is the next best thing for food manufacturers next to partially hydrogenated oil. So those were taken out of our foods years ago. We had that craze with trans fats and things like that because of people having elevated cholesterol. It's taken out of its natural form, and so food manufacturers looked for a better alternative and a cheap alternative to be able to preserve foods in a similar manner, and that's where palm oil came in, soybean oil being another one, but you don't really find soybean oil in peanut butter. Palm oil is the nemesis there. And then of course with Jif and Peter Pan and all those popular brands, you'll see elevated sugar levels too, where again, I don't really see the point of having sugar in peanut butter. I mean, maybe it tastes a little bit better because it's sweeter, but if you're making a sandwich or you're putting it in something, for me with Michaela, I melt down the peanut butter and I put it in her food and she loves it. So there's different ways if your kids are a little bit picky that they just don't want to eat a scoop of peanut butter, to get them accustomed to better alternatives. So that's kind of the what. And palm oil is actually really bad for the environment. They get it from and harvest it from the palm, the skin of the palm fruit, which is a fruit. So it's really bad for the environment, and if you're kind of like an eco mom, and that's something that's important to you, that's another reason why you wouldn't want to use palm oil. And when I was doing my research for this, I found it pretty interesting that when it's taken out of hydrogenated oils and soybean oils and palm oils are taken out of their natural state, which in their natural state, they're really pretty good for you, but when they're taken out of that natural state and they are manufactured to be put in food as a preservative, then that's where things get bad, and it's actually not an oil anymore. It's almost like a plastic. It's actually only one molecule away from being plastic, and that's really, really scary for me to be able to digest that. And so that's another point that I wanted to bring up, is that palm oil and hydrogenated oils are really awful and hard to digest. Again, that kind of reverts back to that trans fat thing with that olein and potato chips and things like that people are having really bad digestive issues because it wasn't sitting well in their stomach. Again, peanut butter is kind of the same way, and that's actually why I personally stopped eating peanut butter in the first place, because peanut butter was upsetting my digestive system big time, not just different brands, you know, not just the palm oil specifically, but peanuts are actually a legume, a bean. They're not a true nut. So again, that for me personally, dealing with an autoimmune disease of hypothyroidism, it was just harder on my digestive system. So that's why I turned to almond butter. But getting back to peanut butter and why I feel like it's just a healthy, it's important to find a healthy alternative and a pure alternative is because it's easier to digest. So, and again, that kind of makes everything fit together, right? And everything that I kind of believe in and what I really discuss in a lot of my topics, and especially in my What the Gut Restoration course that I've designed, is just healing gut health and just restoring it back to its optimal state. So we've already talked about the Jif, the Peter Pan, those brands. Those I would like to say are out of the question. Avoid those like the plague. Do not buy them. And I found this yesterday. So I shop a lot at Market Street, which is kind of a similar to Whole Foods, not quite, but I found this Earth Balance, and it kind of tricked me because I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. It's a coconut and peanut spread, and I turned it over and I looked at the ingredients and I was like, okay, it's made with some coconut oil, agave syrup, but they named palm oil palm fruit oil. So like I said, it was from a fruit. That's something that is kind of tricky. So if you make sure you read your labels, because they can label it to be a little bit skewed in that sense. So this is not a good option, and I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't catch it sooner, but it's for my husband and he'll eat it, so Michaela and I won't. So this is just one brand. There's many different ones, but this is the one that I found at Market Street, and it's made by Georgia Grinders. It's an all-natural creamy peanut butter, and it has only 1 gram of sugar. And if you flip it over and look at the ingredients, all it contains is, let me find it, is peanuts. Let's see. Yeah, and peanuts and sea salt. So that's what you want to look for. You don't really need oil. Sprouts, if you shop at Sprouts and have one close by, I love the ones that they have over by their bulk foods. That's where I get my almond butter 99% of the time, because it doesn't have palm oil in it. Anything that you would buy off the shelves in most supermarkets for almond butter, in most cases, will have palm oil. Even popular brands like Justin's that say all natural, things like that. So make sure you read your labels. But this peanut butter specifically is made by Georgia Grinders. Kind of, it looks like that. And you want to look for only peanuts and sea salt. No oil, it's not needed. I will say that this is a little bit more grainy. So, you know, if you're feeding it to your kids, or picky husbands, they're going to notice a difference in the texture. It's not super creamy. It is a little bit more grainy. And when I try and microwave it down to thin it out to put in Michaela's foods, it doesn't melt as easily as if I were to use Jif or something like that, because it doesn't contain that oil. So, this is just my recommendation. There's so many different swaps out there. You just have to read your labels. You don't have to look for this brand specifically. Of course, if you shop at Whole Foods, they'll probably have a bunch of different options. There's options at Sprouts and major grocery stores. Even if you get the Organics brand, I believe has only peanuts and salt as well. So there are definitely options out there. I really feel like I wanted to address this topic first because peanut butter is fun. We all love peanut butter. I have a sweet tooth. Anyone that knows me well absolutely knows that. Of course, you know me that I love donuts, but I love chocolate, and anything that tastes good with chocolate is peanut butter. So this is just a really good alternative. And of course, if you want to make, you know, your own Reese's peanut butter cups and all that stuff, there are a million recipes out there on Pinterest that you can go and Google for homemade peanut butter cups or paleo peanut butter cups or something like that. And even though peanut butter is not paleo, you'll find maybe an almond butter recipe that you can switch out peanut butter. And it's just usually like a cocoa nib, which is a paleo type chocolate, coconut oil, and peanut butter. It's like super easy and it tastes just the same. It's delicious. It just requires just a teeny tiny little bit of work. So I don't know, do you guys have any questions? The people that are on, I know some people kind of joined and hopped off, but for those of you that are still here, do you have any specific questions about maybe things that you personally use in your home, or where to find things, or you know, anything that I kind of threw out there that you wanted to discuss? I'll sit here for a second. So yeah, this is going to be something that I do every single Thursday, a different topic. And if you guys, you know, come up with something that you want me to suggest, it's something that you want to find a healthy swap for, please just comment on one of my videos that I do here in the thread, and I'll find it and I'll make that a topic that I do later on in the future. Of course, you are more than welcome to share this video with people as well, so that they can jump in on the fun and have different suggestions and just learn with us. So that's really it. That's all I have today. It's not like a huge, long, drawn-out deal. I want it to be somewhat quick and concise so that you guys can hop on and listen, ask your questions that you'd like to ask, and then kind of keep it to the point. And then if you are watching the replay, of course, you can do those things as well. You can still comment on the thread, you can share, you can ask me questions there and I'll respond. So again, if you're jumping on, the things that you want to look for when you're looking for a really clean peanut butter are ones without palm oil, and you just want the most limited ingredients, which is peanuts and salt. And I promise that it tastes good. It's not super boring. Your family will think it's different, but they'll get used to it, and just you're making a better choice, because palm oil is just something you don't want to put in your body. Like I mentioned, the fact that it's just one molecule away from being a plastic is really scary. So know what you're putting in your body. You know, make food be something that you help fuel your body, restore your body, keep your body functioning as a system so that you can feel your best and it doesn't drain your energy. It really boosts your energy and you feel good and you have energy for your family and activities and just being there. So, and you'll sleep better too. So, I'm excited that you guys hopped on and joined me, and I hope this becomes, you know, just a place that we can come hang out on Thursdays and have some fun discussions. So you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.